Hi everyone, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm Mary with MaryGreeley News. People are fed up with the crime that goes on here in the United States. You need a way to protect yourself and your loved ones. Here's an example. A man armed with a rifle started a wildfire Sunday and then began shooting at first responders in a northern Idaho mountain community, killing 2 firefighters and wounding a third during a barrage of gunfire over several hours. The Idaho Sheriff, Bob Norris, or Robert Norris, announced that anyone in the area who is capable should take a shot and take the shooter out. Officials are still, or were at that time, actively taking sniper fire from atop Canfield Mountain near Coeur.
Well, people in that area need to be very careful because the sheriff has also said that if anybody gets a clear shot at the shooter or shooters, that they should take them out. And this is going to make it very difficult for law enforcement to try to determine who is in their sights.
You know what? It's going to be the tough next couple hours. Yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping that somebody has a clear shot and is able to neutralize, because they are not at this point in time showing any evidence of wanting to surrender. So as soon as somebody has a clear shot, I encourage them to take that shot and neutralize the threat.
Kootenai County Sheriff Bob Norris, Robert Norris, said firefighters first responded to an early afternoon report of a brush fire at the Canfield Mountain, a popular and scenic hiking and biking area near the outskirts of the town. But once the firefighters arrived, someone began shooting at them. A shelter-in-place order was lifted Sunday night after a tactical response team used cell phone data to hone in on a wooded area where they found the suspect's body with a firearm nearby, flames rapidly approaching. Kootenai County Sheriff Bob Norris said. He said, "We do believe that the suspect started the fire, and we do believe that it was an ambush, and it was intentional," Norris said at a Sunday night news conference. These firefighters did not have a chance. Crews responded to a fire at Canfield Mountain just north of Coeur around 1:30 p.m., and gunfires were reported about a half an hour later. Firefighters ambushed by the gunmen in Idaho. Authorities say that the firefighters were killed and another was badly injured after they were ambushed and shot while responding to the wildfire near Coeur, Idaho on Sunday afternoon. Investigators said the gunmen acted alone. Authorities reported that Wess Roley, a 20-year-old suspect, allegedly born in Russia and previously resided in New York and Florida and possibly worked in Arizona, is linked to the attack on firefighters. Around 3:15 p.m., law enforcement detected an active cell phone signal on the mountain, which had been present since the attack began, and then by 7:40 p.m., a SWAT team used that data to pinpoint the suspect's location in the wooded area. Federal and law coordination. There was over 300 officers from local, state, and federal agencies, including the FBI and the U.S. Customs and Border Protection. They all collaborated. Federal helicopters equipped with advanced thermal imaging, FLIR, or similar, aided in the search despite the challenges from the wildfire smoke and hikers in the area. The suspect, a lone male, was found dead with a firearm nearby. The body was quickly moved due to the encroaching fire. It's unclear if he died by suicide or by law enforcement fire. Yeah, the sheriff said that anyone that had a clear shot to take him down. The response neutralized the threat, allowing the shelter-in-place order to be lifted. The investigation continues to uncover the suspect's identity and motive. On X, they have several images of the suspected shooter. Here we got when he was, probably 20. and another one when he was younger, and another one when he's even younger. He evidently just recently moved there to Idaho to work with his father, a tree trimming, tree removal business. There's also talk that the parents had a restraining order against their own son. Here's an image of him when he lived in Florida. Another post, it says, age 20, had a prior arrest for assault in 2024. This incident involved him allegedly attacking a woman with a knife, for which he was charged with a felony assault with a deadly weapon. He pleaded guilty to a reduced charge of a misdemeanor assault, receiving a sentence of 100 days in jail with 150 days suspended, and was ordered to undergo a mental health evaluation and complete anger management classes. His social media activity, particularly on platforms like X, formerly known as Twitter, revealed disturbing content. He posted about his disdain for authorities. Well, his father was a Army veteran, I guess, and served overseas, including police and firefighters, and expressed radical views. His posts included threats and a general hostility towards society, which raised concerns among those who followed him. Additionally, he was known to have made threats against his family. Like I said, they had a restraining order against him. So I don't want to hear any of this baloney that he was a magma brainwashed kid. His own family had a restraining order. Yeah, it led to a no contact order being issued against him. Was his father giving him a second chance by giving him a job at his tree business? I mean, yeah, love goes deep for your children, and you can always hope that they change, that they improve their lives, but yeah, this kid didn't. I am sending prayers to the firefighters and their families who lost their lives, and I pray for the recovery of the other firefighters. This incident has sparked discussions on mental health, gun control, and safety of first responders. Authorities are still investigating the motive behind Roley's action, but his history of legal troubles, mental health issues, and express hostility toward authority figures provide some content. The premeditated nature of the attack, starting the fire to lure firefighters, indicates a level of planning and intent. Here's another image of the shooter with his father. They were reporting that the shooting was rapid fire. So we got two different guns in this image. I don't know if it's correct or not, but it's what I could find. Yeah, he probably took the guns from his parents. Another Twitter post said he was 20 and had not lived with his mom for 2 years. Also, that is not his father. It's his stepdad, and she married a few years ago. On top of that, she had a no contact order against him. So what are your thoughts? Yeah, it gets rather confusing. Please put your comments down below. Sounds like he went to Idaho and lived with his real father, and the mother and the stepfather had the restraining order against the son. Always be prepared. Have a way of defending yourself. Please stay safe, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.